I'm living my most abundant reality. Bench pressing these blessings, miracles. Alchemy. All right, y'all. We got plenty of space to finish the transmission. So our existence, our anatomy is, we're stardust. Our existence, our anatomy is a manifestation, an optical illusion based off of the thought patterns and paradigms of our synaptical understandings, who we believe we are. The immersion incarnation experience. We incarnated from different spaces, places, planets, realms. Our spirits came to the planet Earth experience. Our energies incarnated from different spaces, places, dimensions, realms, universes, into the planet Earth, being a human being on planet Earth experience through immersion cycles. What do you mean by immersion cycles, Ashley? I'm getting now that it manifests in many ways. There's the galactic immersion cycle, where you actually incarnate from another planet. It's like the movie Avatar. Precisely like the movie Avatar, where your physical body avatar from the other dimension, space, place, or realm is placed in like an incubation tube, and your consciousness is transferred, or your energy is transferred into planet Earth reality, and the stardust, the energy that we are, manifests as being an embryo, manifests as the story of our lives. So our mother and father meeting, consummating. We end up, in our mother's womb, birth to the vaginal canal. And then the divine, that baby Krishna is saying, this is sacred. Sacred. It's a blessing, and it's sacred. Because a lot of the times in our realm, we can run from ourselves, or run from the emotionality of things by chalking it up to a or shrinking this sacred experience into a paradigm that our minds can hold, so that we don't have to feel it in our heart space. Oh, it's just a video game. It's just a simulation. It's a sacred bonding experience of the divine. I'm going to tell y'all about a dimension of my experience that I've gleaned. About my experience that I've gleaned over the last 4 years, being in heavy zealotry or seeking God within. Because I didn't finish my story. God was like, if you want to be with your person, Ashley, you have to become everything I created you to be. Your highest timeline potentials and divine presence. You have to become the goddess I created you to be. You got to become everything I created you to be. For y'all to work together, because y'all's love lives through being emissaries to uplift humanity into wellness and balance in the second coming of Christ, to assist with the upliftment and regeneration of all galactic creation, to assist with the upliftment and regeneration of all divine creation. That's where y'all's love lives. That's who I created y'all to be together. So I need you, twin flame divine counterpart journey. I need y'all to become everything I created you to be. So I've been in heavy zealotry for the last 4 or 5 years, seeking God within to become everything the divine created me to be. And in meditation prayer, there's been a few times when I've been able to perceive myself. I've been heavy. I'll just speak about it. I was in meditation at night, and the meditation was so intrinsic that I felt myself in a pod, or an incubation chamber. First time I felt myself, I never opened my eyes when I was in the incubation chamber. But I could perceive how the dimension of myself in the incubation chamber was guiding the presence of myself laying in my room on the floor in deep meditation. I can perceive our connection and the guidance that the incubation chamber dimension of myself had over my presence as Astral Nicole Phillips, human being of planet Earth. So this is one session, healing session, seeking God within, zealotry. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, y'all. And then I had another meditation session months later, might even been a year. I'm in meditation once more. And but this time I'm in deep meditation, and this time when I'm in meditation, I'm back in the incubation, the pod incubation. It's that dimension of myself, and I can perceive, oh shoot, now I can perceive like this is a galactic presence, because it like the pot like my perspective of the scene that I was perceiving, of the presence I was perceiving. Now I'm looking at myself laying in this pod. And I opened my eyes. That was that present. That was this time. And then months later, it might have even been a year, I was in meditation. I perceived it once more, being in the incubation chamber. But this time, I perceived that myself laying on the floor in my room and myself in the incubation pod were one. We are one. There's no dissonance. There's no gap between the energy. We are one. I was like, whoa. And I understood that I was being projected into this reality by my higher self or my future human self. Or a version of me that's at a higher frequency, expanded consciousness, spiritually evolved self, future human. What was the separation between myself laying in the room, Astral Nicole Phillips, and the future human self? Vibration. I'm in zealotry, seeking God, raising my vibrations, following my internal wisdoms, internal guidance, my intuition, to raise my vibrations and become more consciously aware of the heightened, limitless potentials in which I am and which all of humanity are. To become one with myself in the pod incubation chamber. And then I've had many more experiences where I perceive that this dimension of me is future human, galactic presence, a galactic being. And this technology, this incubation chamber that I'm in, it's a part of an incarnation experience. It's a part of one of the many ways to route your soul into being a human being on planet Earth, having a human being on planet Earth experience. So yes, my soul was guiding me through higher dimensional beings. They're actually like future humans. They're future humans. They're us in the future. I say us because it's not just me. It's like my divine counterpart. It's like family. It's commanders and chiefs of galactic federation that my conscious awareness of them will grow, right? Mm-hmm. I actually channel experiences that I have with the Galactic Federation of Light
and other universal forces, universal federations. I channel these experiences and like missions spiritual missions that I experience and that I take on as a soul, as an energy. These experiences in which I have conscious awareness of, I channel within my animated series, Osseous Story, which is available to stream on YouTube for free now. Osseous Story, the animated series, link below in the description of this video. You can stream it, AP Short Stories on YouTube. I channel these experiences in which I have conscious awareness of in the animated series to make it lighthearted and fun, you know, because it's, you know, it can be mind-boggling. Because again, it's inverting the inversion. In our gestational phase, we didn't remember. We weren't in the energetic embodiment to have access to knowledge and wisdom, because energies are knowledges and wisdoms. The energies we were in were so dense. They said that they align with heavy doctrine. And that heavy doctrine and dogma and religious teachings are truly one with our existential nature. But they're at a degree or frequential patterning, which was only intended to reinforce the gestational phase, or reinforce the cocoon, or reinforce the karma, or the perpetual cycles of lessons to prepare us for being birthed out of the cocoon, to prepare us from being birthed out of the vaginal canal of gestation. And to the remembrance of our existential wisdoms, higher vibrational frequential patterning, future humans, divine presence, limitless potential energy manifested as form or finite within a galactic creation as galactic beings. Now, we're now awakening from that gestational phase of the inversion, where we remember that we actually are formless or limitless potentials. We know limitless potentials as energy. That's the paradigm we're extremely aligned with at this point in time energy. We're limitless potential energies manifested as form or the illusion of finite to grow and evolve the limitless potential energy, or our form and finite, because our form and finite have 0 degrees of separation. So as we grow and evolve ourselves into more wellness and balance, grow and evolve our reality, our experience into more wellness and balance, we assist with growing and evolving the limitless potential formless energy that is all things into more wellness and balance. It's a symbiotic, synonymous, one relationship. And our gestational phase, our amnesiac sac with our dogma and doctrine and religious teachings that were only always intended to reinforce our limitations and to teach us and grow us about ourselves. Heaven was separate from the human. Divine presence was separate from the human. We are a manifestation of ourselves or limitless potentials. Our future selves are guiding us into the future, or our intuition, or our higher selves. Our inner guidance is truly the future humans, or our future selves, which are now guiding us into future embodiments of ourselves. Expanded consciousness, higher vibrational, frequential patterning beings. We're going to talk about it because I perceive my future self. And I'm being guided to speak about it. It's a divine revelation alert. Divine revelation alert. Ooh, baby. Divine revelation alert. Ah! But I want to get up out this chair because I feel this energy is palpable. Actually, if the future humans are guiding us to ourselves, what's going to happen? How does it happen? Optical illusion. The future human and ourselves are truly one. So as we grow and live in this paradigm of time and space, the time-space continuum, we're merging parallel universes, collapsing timelines to be one with the reality in which we are future humans, with the
Kardashian scale, type 1, type 2, type 3, and beyond civilization. And limitless potentials, no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. Whoa. Also, I was like, Ashley, where have you experienced this? Oh, shoot. Ooh. I've experienced this. I am this. We are this. Whenever we set an intention to manifest or become something different or to do something, to lose weight or to align with a career path or to have a family or to get married, whatever manifestation we set and we achieve those goals, how did that happen? Timelines of reality, collapsing, folding, merging, or evolution within this time-space continuum to create the differences or the change between you that was 10 years ago and then you that is now. Okay, that wasn't that. Oh, that was really powerful and beautiful. I thought that was going to be like paradigm crushing, but like no, that's very sensible. It's extremely sensible. It's extremely sensible. Beautiful. All right, y'all. There's a few more things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about vices. We're going to go over vices, masculine and feminine energy, how the masculine and feminine energy are truly one. We're going to do all this tonight, universal ancestral forces, because we're channeling Isis, Osiris, the Norse God pantheon, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, the beings from the beyond. And the ancestral forces, Isis, Osiris, Norse gods, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, beings from the great beyond. They're like, Ashley, do you want to like do half now, half later, pick up tomorrow? I was like, nah, we're going to do it now. They're like, do you want to channel us tomorrow? I was like, no, we'll do it now. We'll do it now. We'll do it now. Hold on, y'all. Let me listen to my heart space. We'll do it now. We'll do it now. So we're going to go over a few more paradigms. Masculine and feminine energy. Matriarch, truly being one. Matriarch and patriarch, truly being one energy. The king and queen paradigm. I'm being guided to just speak about it now. Okay, so we're going to speak about the king and queen paradigm now, and this is going to be a two-part video. This will be a two-part video. We will pick up and channel the ancestral forces, Isis, Osiris, Norse God, Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Norse gods, pantheon, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, the beings from the great beyond. We're going to channel them tomorrow or next week. We'll pick up next week. This will be a two-part installment. Be a two-part installment. All right, so I'm being guided to go ahead and go over the king and queen paradigm. The king and queen paradigm within the galactic creation and beyond was manifested because nothing is new under the sun, truly. It's just similar differences, or these paradigms manifested in infinite different ways. The king and queen paradigm, self-sycophant energy, sycophant, self-sycophant energy, sycophant, a person who acts obsequiously. That's a spelling bee word. National championship too. Might be a world championship spelling bee. Obsequiously. Sycophant, a person who acts obsequiously toward someone important in order to gain advantage. Whoa. So what I'm perceiving, Spirit's like, what are you perceiving? I'm perceiving like we're dualistic beings. We have the left and right, right? We're left and right lobe of the brain. We're masculine and feminine energies, yin yang energies. Bipedal man. So we operate like left side, right side, like where our body is like mirrored. Our existence is a mirrored energy within and of ourselves. And it's like when I read that, what I perceived, divine revelation. It's like the self sycophant energy is like our left and right, just like kissing each other's ass, to where our ego is just so ginormous, or our sense of self is so ginormous, and the sense of self that is our limitations is so ginormous, that we perceived ourselves as higher than someone else, forgetting our existential nature, that we're one energy manifested as infinite dimensions. I got a prophecy. I got a prophecy, and I'll link it below. It's channeled. I channeled it and made it out. Part of the second coming of Christ. I didn't say at the beginning of the podcast, I am the biblically prophesied Messiah, the Jewish culture widely awaited Mashiach, the Hindu culture prophesied Kalki, full circle moment alert. So are you, because we are one. We're all awakening to our limitless potential, that we are all one in all things, that we are the divine presence with the limitless potentials, with the illusion of finite or form, to grow and evolve ourselves, our sense of self, or our perspective at any moment creates our sense of self and the oneness of all things into greater wellness and balance and limitless potentials. A part of I got a prophecy. I got a divine prophecy, a part of the Mashiach, me and my divine counterpart. This is truly, we are one. So we are biblically prophesied Messiah, Mashiach, Hindu culture, widely awaited Kalki. We truly all are. Ancestral forces say, hey, Ashley, let yourself live your story and your experience. Yes, all of humanity, you are one. All of Christian, we are one. Ashley, you have a divine manuscript. Allow yourself to live your divine manuscript. Dialogue so riveting. Ooh, right? Selenite Wands, streaming Nicole music on YouTube. So I got this prophecy about me and my divine counterpart being king and queen of the planet, which is part of the Mashiach, the age of the Messiah, the one world, the rise of the one world governing force under the Messiah, the Mashiach's rule, kingdom, king and queendom. So I got the divine, and my soul fed this to me over time, over the last 5 years. I just got trickled in pieces and parts, until I would get full circle moments, full circle moment. So I got the prophecy like, hey, you, and it was 1,000 years. It was like 2-3 years ago. I'm gonna link it below. I channeled it and made it out. Kingdom Things Podcast made it out. It is audio style. It is channeled nonetheless. The audio style Kingdom Things Podcast are where I'm living my life, and I'll get a divine revelation. I'm having internal powwow sessions, talking to the spirit. I get a divine revelation, and I speak it into my phone, my voice memos, the divine revelations, the Bina intuitive knowledge, Chakma divine wisdom, speaking into my voice memos, and then stitch the voice memos together to get the Kingdom Things Podcast audio styles. So made it out. I finally incantated it. I was so scared. You're going to hear about it in the podcast. When you go listen to the podcast, it's like the last 8-10 minutes of the podcast where I tell listen to the whole thing though. It's great wisdoms. Yeah, it helps me out too with the algorithm and things, but it's also great wisdoms. The whole podcast is intended to be soul activating. It is a longer one. It's over an hour. Soul activating. All the podcasts is intended to be soul activating wisdoms and dialogue, divine dialogue, baby frequencies, to grow and evolve our frequency into more wellness and balance and limitless potentials, are what the whole podcast, the incantations within all of the installments of the podcast, and my music, and my whole presence, and is intended to be a soul uplifting experience, as yours is. Our conscious awareness of this is what changes and shifts. So it was 1,000 years me and my divine counterpart were to be king and queen of the planet. A galactic sanctioned ruling, where what it is we're tasked to become greater acquainted with our souls, or our dimensionality, our limitless potentials, with wellness and balance, to grow and evolve humanity, to magnetize humanity into to greater evolution, and to wellness and balance and limitless potentials. It is sanctioned. We are sanctioned under the Galactic Federation of Light, Universal Council, as well, which is one with the Universal Council of the universe. Universe is. Yay. I'm getting the understanding now that we're green lit. Like, it's good to go. I was so scared. In my spirit, I was so, like, this is one big thing that was, like, keeping me, like, nervous to move forward full force in my divine purpose on the planet, to spread my wisdoms, knowledge, and energy, soul wisdom, soul knowledge, soul energy, soul healing, through my podcast and my music and all my other mediums. I was scared to do it because of a big part of it was because of this king and queen prophecy. Something didn't sit right in my soul, my spirit. And the beings from the great beyond came in, Universal Council came in, and they were like, thank you for being so diligent and asking the questions and being patient and practicing temperance, because the beings of, like, our cycle of galactic creation, whoa, Nelly, divine revelation alert. I need a divine revelation alert song. My soul's like, Ashley, stay grounded. Divine revelation alert. Ashley, you just said the king and queen paradigm is where you're full of yourself. And my soul's like, hey, Ashley, just keep on talking. We're giving you your divine manuscript. We're giving you your divine dialogue. We're feeding you divine remembrance, divine revelations. Just keep on channeling, keep on speaking. I was like, okay. Just as, like I was saying, the galactic beings, galactic creation, galactic beings, galactic creation of our dimensionality of galactic existence, the beings of the great beyond Universal Council were like, thank you for being so diligent and patience and practicing temperance, and not just being so gung-ho and zealous about just moving forward and moving into action. Thank you for being consciously aware that this is real, and that your actions and the way you fix your thought patterns and the way you speak really affects humanity and beings and in dimensions and realms beyond humanity. Thank you for your due diligence. You are welcome. Thank you. Channeling. They're literally speaking to me through me right now. Thank you. Universal Council, beings from the great beyond, they were like, yeah, the beings in y'all's cycle of galactic creation, yeah, y'all weren't getting it right. Y'all didn't remember that y'all are one. Y'all were warring with yourselves and with each other internally, which all is one. What's in your inside is in y'all's in your physical reality. We were warring internally within our creation, galactic creation, manifest within galactic creation, within y'all's cycle of galactic creation. That's so powerful. This is a divine revelation. Why, Ashley? we know about parallel timelines, parallel universes. And I've channeled, and I'll link it below. Ways of creation. Kingdom Things Podcast, reference content, ways of creation. I channeled that there are many ascension cycles of human beings of planet Earth. There's many ascension cycles of parallel realities, parallel universes, where our energetic embodiments are different. And that's what makes us parallel realities, because we have different frequential patternings, which splice us or separate us into different realms or conscious awareness of reality, or parallel universes. Divine revelation. I never perceived it like this. That's really cool. The whole galactic creation is the same thing. Ashley, what do you mean galactic creation? I channeled within humans ashamed of being human plus galactic creation. I'll link it below within Kingdom Things Podcast reference content. The galactic experiment, or galactic creation, which is a sliver iota of 0.00000000001% of divine creation, infinite creation. It's a small piece of infinite creation, divine creation, the galactic creation, or stars, galaxies, planets, universes, realms with beings and dimensions that exist to grow and evolve grow and evolve all of the energy of limitless potentials. That's 0.0000001% of limitless potentials. We're only 0.00001%, but everything that we do helps grow and evolve the whole thing. Okay, my soul is wanting me to go ahead and get this wisdom out here. I've been in spirit heavy, like I say, zealotry in inner space. Infinite creation does have an end in the beginning, or creation has an end in the beginning, truly. And I just recently perceived this. It's a truth that infinite creation has an end in the beginning. I was in my inner space and I connected with dimensions of creation. They were like refinement realms. Like in my inner space, I was connecting with the energy. That's the paradigm we know, energy. I was connecting with the energy, and they were like, hey, Ashley, like, creation or form does have a beginning and ending, a beginning and end. Like there's more beyond creation or being. And I just saw this realm. I was gifted a vision. Whereas this realm with, like, you know those things that anteaters eat off of? Like anteaters, like the ant mound, those really huge ant mounds. It was like a vast dark space, and it looked like the huge ant mounds visually. That's what it looked like. That's not what it was, but it looked like huge ant mounds. And it was like the ant mounds were being like refined, like, or shaped, and which gave me the understanding that this energy that I'm connecting to, it doesn't create form in a way that atoms and molecules shift, shape, and multiply to expand and to create form. But these refinement realms clean up spaces to make form, that's how we can use it. They're like, you can use this wisdom or these energies for anything that you want to use them for. I'm gonna let that sit on my heart space. I'm gonna be an open vessel, because that's one way to use these wisdoms and these knowledges and these energies or these paradigms, is we could use it to refine our existence. And ourselves and our realities. That's one way to do it. We're going to have to put that on the table. We're going to table this right here, because I want to get it. I want to be responsible with these wisdoms. And I don't want to just say, hey, we're going to use it to make stuff better. in our realm, I mean, like, we're just going to use it to make things look nicer and perceive. No, what else could, like, I want to step out of synaptical understandings, like, as a creator being. And they were like, hey, Ashley, allow yourself to be an experiencer being, and not just always think you have to shape something or control something or manage something or bring form and create. Let yourself be an experiencer being equally. Experience and the things that you have assisted with creating and forming through your energetic embodiment, through the way you fix your thought patterns. That's what I mean by creating. My energetic embodiment, refining my energy, evolving it to more wellness and balance from the inside. And the way I fix my thought patterns. They're like, hey, allow yourself to be an experiencer being equally. We're gonna table this refinement realms. Cause I wanna be more responsible. Cause I feel so much energy that I can't, I'm not in energetic vibrational alignment to be able to even perceive what these energies are telling me. I feel like these energies are trying to say so much more. And I don't feel like I'm in alignment to really pick it up. Like, they want to say edit, to edit the room, to edit things. And I'm going to say that, but I think there's more to it. But I'm saying it. And as I said that, like, in my third eye, I saw a big, like, burst of energy from my chest. So, to edit stuff. And I am getting the understanding. You're feeling correctly. You'll get greater understandings, greater wisdoms when it's aligned to, when it's time to. We don't want to over stimulate your senses to where you go into psychosis, because baby, it's just too much overwhelming shift and change paradigm disturbance, apple cart disturbance, just too much too fast. So, like, yeah, you're feeling correctly. You'll receive more expanded understandings of the refinement realms when it's time to. So we're gonna put it on the table, the proverbial table, refinement realms. And again, I'm going to link Ways of Creation, which is a Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley, Nicole, Phillips installment, as well as Humans Ashamed of Being Human, which is also a Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley, Nicole, Phillips installment. Linking this installment below. In the Kingdom Things podcast reference content, Humans Ashamed of Being Human plus Galactic Creation is the name of the installment. It's like, Ashley, back to the divine revelation. I was about to close it out. Like, hey, no, we're still working on divine revelation. Ashley, you just said the king and queen paradigm, sycophant of yourselves, fully yourselves, all the things, so where you forget stuff. Ways of Creation, I channeled that there are parallel timelines of the human essential and evolutionary cycles. And what makes us parallel timelines and not one melded, amalgamated reality, but separate realities where we don't perceive each other consciously. Because we do perceive each other, but it's our subconscious or omnipotent presence, our limitless potentials, which communicates with all realms, spaces, places, and things, and assists how we grow and evolve. We perceive these parallel timelines consciously is because different energetic frequential patterns, which put us in a different being. I just say we don't perceive each other consciously because we're in parallel realities. Didn't is fine. We're in parallel. Didn't is fine. We didn't perceive each other because we were in parallel realities with different frequential patterning. Galactic creation, the whole galactic creation was the same way. Galactic creation comes in parallel realities. There, and I just got the divine revelation, different frequential patternings, different evolutionary timeline cycles, different wisdom understandings, energetic embodiments. I got the understanding that there are plenty, infinite parallel realities of galactic creation that have gotten king and queen rulership right in a way that the citizens, beings, people, places, and realms are not condemned by monarchy, but revel in the source of divine source that divine monarchies are intended to be. They're intended to be well springs to pour in divine codes into the genome of the beings in the reality, to expedite evolution, or to create evolution into more wellness and balance. As universally aligned, universally assigned, with conscious, more wellness and balance of consciousness, conscious remembrance, conscious expansion, and to greater dimensions of limitless potentials. And that's what we want to do here. That's what we're doing here. When I got the divine revelation, hey, you and your divine counterpart are going to be king and queen of the planet. And my soul was like, hey, Ashley, my soul didn't tell me that, hey, the way you think king and queen is supposed to happen, the way humanity did king and queen, that's not what we're doing. So just empty yourself and let yourself grow into, be taught, groomed into, evolved into divinely, as universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things, into this role that is your divine manuscript, that is a dimension of why you came into divine creation, why you incarnated as a human being of planet Earth, as Ashley Nicole Phillips. Counterpart to your person, mother to your children. All right, y'all. Next week, we're channeling Isis and Osiris. We're picking this episode up, this installment up, and we're going to channel Isis, Osiris, Norse gods, love, Jesus&Mary Magdalene. Thank you. As well as the beings from the great beyond. Excuse me, y'all. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me on this kingdom, joining us, myself, and every other dimension of dimensionality that identifies as a self, or as an authentic frequency, or as form. And then all the limitless potentials and energies beyond form, time, space, and identity. Thank you so much for co-creating this Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips meetup. Again, next week we'll pick up, we'll be channeling Isis and Osiris, the Norse gods, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, as well as the beings from the great beyond. Again, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. Again, thank you so much for joining me here within Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips. Follow if you're watching on Spotify. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Like, share, follow on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch to join the Kingdom Things Podcast journey to a healed and balanced and magical, magnificent, glorious, divine human being, human culture of planet Earth. Within Kingdom, we are within Kingdom Things Podcast. We talked about the personal powwow sessions, again, available to book below within the Kingdom Things Podcast Healing Home Square Portal link. I also do group powwow sessions on the channel Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, which is available on YouTube, link below. The universal forces, the oneness of all things, ancestral forces are like, hey, Ashley, look at this paradigm in humanism. Let's heal this up. Let's create evolution within humanism. That's what we, group powwow sessions. That's what we do on the channel, Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, which is available to stream for free. Again, link below within the description of this Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips transmission. We talked about my music. Ashley Nicole music is available to stream on YouTube, link below. Many genres, lyrics, incantations that are intended to be soul activating, wellness into more conscious awareness of the wellness, balance, limitless potentials in which we are. Again, do not replace any of my content. Do not replace your professional medical advice with any of my content. Ashley Nicole music, many genres. I hope you enjoy it. I love creating music, healing it up, healing the spirit, healing the energy that we are, that I am, and channeling the healing energies and incantations. Many genres. Again, Ashley Nicole music available to stream on YouTube. We talked about Asia's animated series, available to stream on my author's YouTube channel, AP Short Stories, link below. I'm also a home chef, y'all. I really love cooking. It's one of the things I've loved to do since I was a kid. And this immersive experience, this immersion experience called being, divine experience called being a human being on planet Earth. I intuitively cook, y'all, whatever the ancestors tell me to put in the pot, the pan, the baking dish, whatever the soul, the higher self, in which I'm one with. We're one with our higher selves. Let's speak it into existence. We are one with our higher selves, our future selves. Whatever the soul tells me to put in the pot, the pan, the baking dish, this is what we put to the pot, the pan, the baking dish. Magic Meals with Ashley Nicole Phillips is available to stream on YouTube for free, link below. We go to the grocery store, we get divine revelations, we kiki, we laugh, we joke. Sometimes we use mystery items. We enjoy ourselves. Magic Meals with Ashley Nicole Phillips, available to stream on YouTube for free at this time. I'm also an author, y'all. I authored the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, which, whoa. Divine revelation alert. I was so nervous about sharing my writings, my books, because I remember I was like in the first grade. I had a teacher, I forgot her name, but I know her name started with a P. I remember her whole name. I remember one time I took her on my story. I was so excited about it because I know I was channeling and stuff. Because I've always been magical. We've always been magical. I took her my story that I wrote, and she graded it right there. And there was so many red marks on my paper. My whole spirit just fell to the ground. And I was feeling her energy as she was like grading my paper, and I felt really pessimistic since that day. I felt really extremely pessimistic about my writing. This is the first grade, y'all. I've held on to that pessimism since the first grade. And I just got the divine revelation. That's why I was scared about sharing my books. I just got my first book, I paid an editor to edit and check the thing. The second and third, I did it myself. I did it all myself. Self-published, all the things. I was so scared about sharing my writings. And as I said that just in this moment, my soul was like, hey, Ashley, you were feeling her karmic imbalances. And you took it on as your own disposition. Because you're magical and you forgot. And it was all part of the makers of you. Any given moment, any given season that I am. Whoa, y'all. I'm an author. Published author. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is a 3-part book series. The first 2 parts are Asia's story. Asia, coming on the story of Asia, followed by the second book, the story of Asia, I'm Home. Asia is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of her school, Manhattan Prep. One more time, y'all. In the school, Manhattan Prep, she goes through a lot of existential crises, which assist her with aligning to the vibrational frequential patterning, or shaping her, refining her into conscious awareness of why she was created, her limitless potentials, to embody those limitless potentials, to create a reality that mirrors the limitless potentials in which she is. The third part of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is My Other Half. My Other Half is the divine counterpart journey back home to Goddess side. One soul, 2 bodies, many lifetimes. As human beings of planet Earth, Immersion experience. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. Each lifetime says that their soul can't work. Each lifetime says that their love can't work. They will co-create a love and a life together. Which love, which lifetime, under which circumstances. The book is prophetic. This is the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, now available in the Amazon bookstore. If you're doing digital downloads, it's 3 separate purchases, 3 separate books. 3 stories, 3 separate books, $29.97 plus tax. The links are specified below for digital downloads. If you're doing paperback copies mailed to your home, there are 2 separate bindings. The first 2 books, Coming Home, the story of Asia, followed by the story of Asia, I'm Home, come in 1 binding, Asia's story. The third part, My Other Half, come in a 2nd binding, $29.98 plus tax. Nonetheless, specified below. The paperback copies are specified in the links below. What else do we have, y'all? I also want to invite y'all to come take part in my live series, Out of the Box. It's streaming on the channel, Nicole Music. Just go under the playlist section, tap on Out of the Box. It's what we're experiencing. I stand corrected. Excuse me, y'all. It's what we're experiencing now. Out of the Box is what we're experiencing now. We're awakening to our limitless potentials within the form, or within the dream of finite, within this divine experience called being a human being of planet Earth. Out of the Box, again, available to stream Nicole Music on YouTube. Playlist section, tap on Out of the Box, my live series. Y'all, I love you. Love on yourself. I'm going to see y'all next week. And the catalog is timeless. All my content is timeless. This has been like a mountain for me. This episode has been, this installment has been like getting over the hump of a mountain and like making it to the other side and just like, I made it. Made it. I'm going to see y'all next week. Again, the catalog is timeless. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are loving your truest truths. Give that love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love because it helps you embody, perceive, be more of your limitless potentials consciously. I'm going to see y'all later. Bye. I'm living my most abundant reality. Bench pressing these blessings, miracles, alchemy.
My name is Asia, and I'm a teenage witch. Just kidding. I am a starseed.
My story is much like humanity's story. I awakened to some pretty spectacular things about myself. Coming home, the story of Asya, followed by the story of Asya, I'm home. The book series that introduces the book. After returning from a day's trip, I have read my Atum's letter. He speaks of my father releasing him from imprisonment and the fate of death. He pleads for us to run away together. This plea is one of which I make no state to decline. My other half, available in the Amazon bookstore. I feel as though I was born here on earth to find you. I was created to find my person, the unconditional love literature person, now available in the Amazon bookstore.